Hello, everyone. Welcome. Thank you for being here. I hope you're all well. If you are experiencing hip, leg, knee pain, and stiffness, have restricted mobility, have trouble sitting on the floor, then try this hip strengthening and stretching practice that can improve these conditions. You can do it right from your bed or roll out a yoga mat and do it on the floor. As always, please listen to your body, check with your doctor before you practice any yoga or any exercise program, and do what works for you in your body. If you do enjoy these practices, please like, share, and subscribe to support this channel. So we'll get started right away with our opening meditation. Sit comfortably. It doesn't have to be cross-legged. Sit in any position that works for you. So anyone can do this practice. That's why I suggested that if you can't get on the floor, do it right from your bed first thing in the morning. So give it a try. Do a few or do the whole practice to get the most out of it. Take your hands in Gyan Mudra, tip of the thumb and index finger touching if you like. Rolling the shoulders a few times to get into the whole back, aligning head over the spine. And then keep the shoulders back and down. Drop your weight. And we'll come into the space that you're in. Just a couple quiet moments. Feeling the energy of the room that you're in. The space around you, above and below you. And become aware of the state of your mind in this moment. Observing non-judgmentally, without analyzing, without labels, good or bad. Just watching, loving awareness with kind, loving attention. Notice how you feel emotionally and physically in your body. And notice if you're feeling connected to this awareness, this quiet, watchful presence that's always there, that never changes. Everything else changes. Pain, sensations in the body move around. But this presence that is with us all the time, that is the reality of everything, never changes. Always loving, kind attention that's always there. That is us. And then lie down on your back. We'll just take a few breaths. So wherever you are, on your bed or on the floor, take your time coming down. If you're comfortable, place your hands on your belly. And just take a few breaths or just notice your natural breathing. Noticing how the belly rises and falls with each inhale and exhale. Start to drop your weight. Feel the support underneath you. And through that support, feel the earth's support. and safety, stability. Maybe deepen your breath if you like, if you're having your mind wandering, start to deepen that breath. Inhale, expand the belly, ribs and chest. Exhale, chest in, ribs and belly in. Really slow your exhale down. Let's do about 2 more breaths, please. Fully focused breaths. And just doing breathing exercises is really key in helping deal with pain in our bodies and minds. When you finished your last one, keep your eyes closed if you can and listen to these words of wisdom by Lao Tzu. He said, "Everyone knows that yielding overcomes the stiff, and the soft overcomes the hard. Yet no one applies this knowledge. Everyone knows that yielding overcomes the stiff, and the soft overcomes the hard. Yet no one applies this knowledge." Reflect on these words. Maybe set an intention around them by really yielding to everything that arises today in your practice and beyond that, softening the tension, or set your own intention for what you're needing. State it in the present tense, I am. Going with the flow, for example, or I am softening all the tension and stiffness in my body, for example. Repeat it a few times. And then let go of your expectations, as always, of your practice and of your intention. You'll open your eyes and you'll bring your right knee into the chest. You can either hold around the underneath the knee or modify by holding behind the thigh. And you can even use your bathrobe, tie, or belt if you need to. And squeeze that thigh in. The left leg is extended, taking a few breaths here. And you can start to make gentle movements with that leg as well. As you're squeezing it in, take it to the right and then take it to the left a little bit. Just a gentle rocking from side to side. Starting to lubricate the hip joint, the ball and socket hip joint. Squeeze it in to get into the hip flexors, but not to the point of pain. Breathe, please. And then just keep it to the right side. Maybe just hold on with your right hand and just keep it to the right side for a few moments. Maybe circle there a little bit, or just find a movement, or stay steady. Do what feels good. Make it your own practice. And then here, if you want, bring the right knee back into the chest. Here you can bend the left knee for the next pose, just a hamstring stretch. Keep your hands either close to the buttock there or right on the middle of the thigh. stretch the right leg up, and then bend the knee, and then straighten. And here, if you're feeling flexible, you can straighten that left leg. I'm going to keep it slightly bent. Just bend and straighten to your range of motion. So even though we're doing this hamstring work here, everything is attached. So the lower body is all affected by the hips. One more, and then stay upright, and then flex and point your right foot. Keep your leg straight as much as you can, or bend it a little bit. Breathing in, breathing out, flex and point. This can help with sciatica as well. And then release, and we'll do the other side. Let's just check in first, straightening both legs. Notice the right and left side. And then bring your left knee into the chest. Give it a hug in. Take a couple breaths first in this position before we move. So this stretches the hip, the glutes, and also gets into the hamstrings a little bit. Do a little bit of stretching, and then we'll strengthen, and then we'll stretch again. And start to move that left knee to the left side and to the right gently. Breathing in, light, flexibility and peace and calm. And then just stay steady again for a couple breaths before we move to the left side again. Notice this side, this hip. And then move the knee to the left, opening the left leg to the left side. Inhale, exhale. Coming back to center, interlace your fingers behind your thigh, wherever you can hang on to, and then straighten that left leg and bend again. Inhale, straighten, exhale, bend. Bend the right knee if you need to. And then keep the leg straight, and then just flex your foot and point. Keep that left bottom down as much as you can. Feel what's happening inside. Keep some of your tension within, to the back of the left leg, in your lower belly, wherever. You can draw that tension inwards. And then bring that foot down. Straighten the legs or keep the knees bent, and just notice how you feel. Each side. Perhaps there's some balance there now. And then we're going to come into, this is where you're going to need your block or your cushion. We're going to start the strengthening a little bit. So bend your knees and come into the bridge position. So legs are a little wider than your hips, toes in, heels out slightly. And bring the heels in so that your fingers can just touch the heels. Then you're going to take your block, place it between your knee or your cushion. And I often also use like a little soccer ball that I have for this one. But today I just thought, well, keep it simple and use this, what we can grab hold of. Then you're going to press the lower back down and then just lift the bottom a little bit, squeezing the block, and then come down. And have the hands down for support. Inhale up, squeeze the block, exhale, slowly come down. So a little more than pelvic tilts. And only do as many as you can. Even if you do 2, it's better than doing nothing. Squeeze, let's do a couple more. Or stop whenever you need to until you build your strength. Then keeping the block where it is, we're going to go a little higher. Squeeze the block between your knees to create like a flat line coming into that bridge position. And then squeeze, release, and then release the block and then slowly come down. So again, remember to do what you can do. And if anybody wants to go a little bit deeper in this one, if you're feeling strong today, you can take your arms up as you come up. Inhale, squeeze the block, take your arms behind you to get into the shoulders, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then exhale, slowly come down, arms come down. And relax. Even doing a couple, again, is completely okay. So inhale, come up. Arms come up if you're using the arms. Exhale. Remember you're squeezing the block and then slowly release. Inhale up. Exhale, squeeze and release the block as you the squeeze of the block. You'll release it as you come down. Let's do 2 more or stop. On your last one, you'll stay up in the bridge. So adjust your position. Coming up into that bridge, squeeze the block. Actually, maybe you can release the block now if you're able to grab it and then just stay in the bridge. For those of you, if you're doing it on the floor especially, you can have your interlace your fingers underneath if that's available to you to get into your upper back and shoulders. Inhale, exhale. Only stay for 3 seconds if you can. And then slowly release, or stay longer, pause the video, or continue and rewind. Come back when you're ready. Exhale, knees touch, feet apart. Notice how you feel. So this helps to stretch the front hips here, the hip flexors, and it strengthens the glutes, the back, and the hamstrings, which will help with the hip strengthening as well. So next one, we're going to roll over. So you're going to roll over to your left side like I am. And you're going to lay on your left hip. And if there's pain on the left hip, put a blanket underneath, especially if you're on the floor. I'm going to stay propped up, or actually stay down from this side. The other side I might have to come up because of the mic. So your knees are bent, parallel to the mat. Your thighs are parallel to the mat. Then you're going to do clam shells, which will get into the outer hip. Those are called the abductors. You can have your hands right, top hand wherever, and you're going to lift that knee up and to wherever you can go, but I don't want to see it going all the way back, okay? So for me, I can't even go all the way back. And then you're just going to do a few of these. Inhale up, and then exhale down. Your feet are together here, just the knee opening and closing. So again, remember, only do as many as you can. And when you get stronger, you can do more. One more. And on the same side, we're going to straighten that top leg and we're going to raise the leg up. And if this doesn't work for you, come back to doing the clam shells, okay? So inhale, right leg goes up, only as high as you can go, and then pause for a moment, and then come down nice and slow. Again, try them. Even doing one or two is great. Remember to pause at the top for a few seconds and then release. You'll feel it. 5-second pause at the top and then come down. Make sure your hips are stacked on top of each other. Keep your foot flexed. So I'm going to do about 7, but you listen to your body. This is a great hip strengthener. And last one, if you haven't finished. And remember, be kind to yourself and do what you can do. Bring that knee back in. Maybe just bring that top leg straight out again and just swing it to the front and then back just a few times. And then coming to center. And we'll switch sides. This side I may have to stay up, otherwise the mic is going to make noise. So let's bend the knees for the clam shells. And then keep your feet together and then open the left knee up and close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. And notice this side. Breathe. Keep that right hip pressing into the bed or your yoga mat. Again, only do what you can do. Keep some of your attention to the parts of the body that are not working and soften and relax. Last one. Just doing 10 of these is work. Pause. And then straighten that left leg, flex that foot, and then make sure your hips are stacked. And lift the leg up to wherever you can go. And then, pause at the top, about 3 to 5 seconds, and then release down. Inhale up, pause, down. Breathe. Remember to be kind and compassionate towards yourself. If you can just do like 2 of these, you can go back to the clam shells. And even the clam shells, if you can't do too many, it's okay. You will get stronger the more you practice them. Last one. Feels like I missed count, so I'm going to do 1 extra for good measure. I can really feel that hip. Exhale, come back to center, to that clam, knees together position, and swing your leg forward and then back. Just 3 of these. If it feels good, pause the video and do more. And release. Take a moment, come back to center, notice how you feel. You can come up to sitting and notice as we're going to come up and do a stretching now for our adductors, the inner leg muscles. Feel the flow of energy in your hip area, circulation of blood. Then I'd like you to find a pillow or cushion or folded blanket to sit on. I'm sitting on my edge of my block. This way, we're tilting the pelvis forward and release out. We're not rounding the lower back, okay? So it really suggests that you do sit on a block or a cushion or a blanket. And then bring the soles of your feet together. And again, go to wherever you can bring them. In yin yoga, we create a diamond shape, but we're just doing the regular like hatha yoga pose here. So bring them in as close as you can. Grab onto your ankles, feet, shins, whatever works. And then inhale, we're going to sit upright for a few breaths. Notice the stretch here in the inner thighs, inner hips. Breathing here, sitting upright and tall. Relax the glutes, the bottom muscles, the hips. Let go of the legs. If this is too much for you, prop up the knees. Pause the video and maybe put more cushions, pillows underneath the knees. But try to soften, remembering the quote about softening can lead to freedom, inner softening, and inner yielding, saying yes to everything that is, allowing it. And then slowly, with a straight back, you can push your elbows onto your thighs or shins, wherever they reach. Push down to go a little bit deeper and come forward with a straight back to wherever you can, or stay upright if it doesn't work. And we'll stay here for a few breaths, please. Concentrate on your breathing to help you be present and to help you soften. This is Bad Konasana in Sanskrit, English called bound angle. Great for hip opening and stretches the hamstrings as well. Inhaling love, peace, and kindness to yourself, to every cell of your body, for everything that it does for you. Exhale, soften and surrender. One more breath. And remember, you can always release sooner. When you're ready, slowly bring those legs in together. Give them a hug if you can, underneath the thighs or arms around the shins. I accept and love myself exactly as I am. And then straighten your legs. And then bring your right knee in to sit in cross-legged position. You don't need to bring it right close into your groin. And then bring the left leg in and just crossing at the ankles like that. You're still sitting on your support. Then we're going to inhale the arms up, reach up tall, and then exhale, come into a forward bend. Wherever you are, even if it's right up here and you're feeling it in your hips and glutes, then you're practicing yoga. So just go to wherever you're feeling it. Straight back. Let's take a few breaths. Again, we're getting, for me, I think the left leg is in front for everybody as we put the right leg in. If not, whatever leg is in front, you should feel it in that front hip. If it's left, you'll feel it in the left hip, left glute, bottom. Take your attention there and breathe. If you can go deeper, go ahead. If not, stay where you are. One more breath. And come back to center. And then rotate towards your left leg and fold over that left leg, stretching the right arm to the left and left arm to the left. Breathe in, breathe out. And then come back to center and stretch over to the right side now. Upper body over the right leg. Wherever you can go, walking those left fingertips as far forward as you can. Getting into the side body a little bit here and the hip. Release with a sigh if the body needs it. And then come back to center. Straighten your legs. And then this time bring your left foot in. And then the right. Crossing at the shins or ankles. Sitting on your support. And then inhale the arms up. Exhale, forward bend. Go wherever you can. And let's take a few breaths here. Notice this side. Relax into your hips. One more breath. Stay longer if you can. And then stretch over to the right for a couple breaths. Coming to center and stretch to the left. Notice this side. Coming back to center. Pause and feel. And then come to lie down on your back again for one more hip stretch. And then, well, maybe a couple spinal twist. So again, you're on your back, knees are bent. Take your right ankle and place it on the left thigh, wherever you can take it. And then if this is where you are, you can just stay here, pressing that right knee away from you with your hand. Stay for a few breaths here. If you can go deeper, interlace your fingers behind the left thigh. Keep your right foot flexed. Stay here again. And you can also rock from side to side if that feels good for you. Notice how this right hip feels, the right glute, outer thigh. Massaging my rocking, getting into the bottom. And remember, you can always stay longer. Otherwise, come down now and we'll do the other side. Again, take your leg wherever it wants to rest. Maybe it's lower, maybe it's higher. Stay here with pressing that left hand into the left knee, keeping the back pressing into the earth or your bed. Or go deeper, interlace the fingers behind you, right side. Rock if you need to, if that feels good. Notice this glute and hip. For me, this one feels like this. Some more tightness. And we just allow it to be as it is, not pushing it away, but just breathing, recognizing that it's there, allowing it. Investigate. How does it feel? How far does the attention go? Where does it stop? And then loving attention, be kind to yourself, nurture yourself. And you can stay longer or finish up with your last breath, coming to center. Knees touch, feet apart. And then shift your bottom to the right, drop your knees to the left for a twist. Look to your right if that is available to you. Left hand can be on the top knee. And breathe. If anybody wants to go deeper, cross the right leg over to get more into the hip there. I think I'm going to keep the knees together right now. And then come back to center. Shift your bottom to the left a couple of inches. And then bring both knees together. Remember, you can use your props if between the knees or underneath the knees for support. Notice what this leg wants. Maybe you've had enough hip work and you don't want to cross your legs. That's fine. Still getting into the hip and the whole spine here with this spinal twist. And refreshing and balancing the whole mind-body system with this pose. It's like a tranquilizer, this reclined twist. Next time you want to take a Tylenol or ibuprofen, maybe try this pose instead first. And remember, you can stay as long as you want, but for time purposes, you need to come back. I need to come back to the center, and then stretching out the legs for Savasana, just for a few moments. Noticing how the body's feeling. Feel the earth underneath you, the bed, the floor. Feel the space above you, beside you, underneath you. And completely relax and soften into all the muscles that we worked today, your hips, your glutes, your legs, the whole body basically. We did almost. See if we can soften a little bit more, becoming like water, like jello. Really feeling the aliveness in the lower body maybe, a lot more than the arms maybe, or just focus in the hands and you'll feel that aliveness, this life force that we are. Rumi said, I'm not this hair, I'm not this skin, I'm the soul that lives within. Feel that. I am pure and free forever. I am this spacious, watchful awareness, pure and free forever. And remember, you can always stay here longer, which is really good medicine for all that ails us. But if you don't have time, bring the knees into the chest, give them a hug and rock from side to side. Rest on your right side for a little bit before you come up. And then sitting, begin to notice how you're feeling, your mind, your heart and body, spirit, connection with your higher self. And then we'll bring our palms together and rub them briskly. Cup them over your eyes. Take a deep breath in. Take a moment to feel the quiet, dark space in front of you. Allow it to nourish you. And then release, hands down, bringing them back to the heart space in prayer pose. Giving yourself a big inner hug and smile for doing this hip yoga today. And may all beings feel peaceful and happy, healthy and strong. May all beings be free from suffering. And may they all remember their divine nature with each breath. Namaste. Thank you for joining again. See you next time.